Hey guys, this is Callum from EnglishShooting, and I have here the Super Ghost 1911 holster, something that I've had for a while but haven't yet made a specific video on. I also thought it was important to do this video because when looking at pistol related things within the UK, the selection can be quite slim, and this is a product that I really like, and one that if you are going down the long barrel pistol 1911 route, or even airsoft or any sort of 1911 sort of shooting within the UK, I thought you might want to know about this because it's freely available on AW Armoury for next day delivery basically. This is becoming the benchmark holster for 1911s within the UK. I know within the US there are many holsters to choose from and loads of really good ones. In the UK we just don't have that selection. There are many replicas of these and many less expensive versions, right down to £20–30 airsoft versions to around the sort of £70–80 sort of replica or sort of lookalikes, and they all range in quality. Now I've heard mixed reviews between the two. Half the people say get the cheaper versions because they do the same job and yet you save a lot of money, and half the people say nope, they are worse quality, they will let you down, they will fall apart after a year and you're just throwing your money away, so buy the good one first. I took the latter route and went and spent 112 quid of my own money on this. Yes, that was a very hard pill to swallow, but I think it's worth it. It's never going to let me down. The quality of it is superb, and all the little adjustable bits on it just feel solid and feel tight once they're done up. My only criticisms of this are both to do with the belt attachment. I would like to see some way to have a quick detachment. Yes, when this goes on a belt it's solid as hell and that's great, but because I change my belt round so many times, like 2 or 3 times a month, I'm always taking it apart, and it has basically led to me losing one of the screws. There are a lot of different components on this holster, so all these components do get lost every now and then if you're changing it out on the range or in the field. So how does the holster actually work? Well, starting with the belt attachment, you get your Ghost belt, another Ghost product that I'm incredibly happy with. You undo this plate, put the belt in between, and then sandwich it. It does mean that you have to undo every single screw each time, which is why it becomes a pain and why I'd like to see something that's quick detach. Obviously you can see here all the different adjustable bits. You can turn things, you can swivel bits, you can tilt them, you can move this to whatever location you want. Everything is customizable and adjustable, and it's just a great all-round holster for that reason alone. Obviously everybody's a different shape and size, and to be able to hone it into exactly where you want it is a great feature. The main feature of this is obviously how the gun fits in and detaches, and it's a really high quality simple mechanism, and one that is really easy to get used to. Basically you have it in the outward position to begin with. You put the trigger guard into this slot here. Now this is why it's so good for long barrel pistols, because the only thing this holster interferes with is the trigger guard, which is pretty much universal across all 1911s, which means this is universal across all 1911s. So you put the trigger guard in, you push this in, and then push it up. Now obviously that's a little bit fiddly, but this is before a stage. You've got a bit of breathing space to do this, and it's a great little mechanism still. It's quality, it feels good, it feels sturdy, you're not going to break it. So this ball bearing here, when it's in the out position, it moves, so you can slide the trigger guard forward, it goes into that slot, you push this in, slide this lever, and then this ball bearing becomes rigid and won't let the trigger guard pass, so it locks your pistol in. When you want to release the pistol, you put your hand on the grip, you flick down with your thumb, that springs, is spring loaded, springs out, and then you can pull the gun straight out. Yes, it does take a little bit of time to get used to and a little bit of practice, but just like with caddies, just like with magazine holsters or any sort of belt attachment, you're always going to want to practice with it and get used to it first. And after a little bit of fiddling and a bit of practice, it's just going to become second nature for you to operate this holster. Really simple, really easy. So there you go, guys. If you are looking for a competition holster, this is fully IPSC compliant. So if you are looking for a competition holster, or even just a holster for plinking down the range, I can't recommend this highly enough. Yes, at around the £117 mark now, they are the top end, but they are now the benchmark for 1911 holsters, especially within the UK. I think it's more than worth what they're going for, because they're high quality, they're going to last, and they're not going to let you down. Yes, it can be a very expensive peace of mind, but I think it's more than worth it. The shooting is a mental sport at the end of the day, and if your mind isn't in the right place, you're not going to perform to the best of your abilities. As I said, these are fully available on AW Armoury. It's a great shop. I can't speak about them enough, and obviously I am associated with them. One point I do want to stress is that I paid my own money for this. This was before I was associated with AW Armoury, so if I'm telling you it's good, I've paid my own money for it, so it's an honest review and honest opinion. I'll put the link in the description below to AW Armoury so you can get to that site easily. I really hope this has been a useful review for you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I hope to see you soon.